Hey, what's good, everybody? My name is Gene Boykin. I'm the founder of the GoGetter Family Real Estate Investing Academy. All right, this is where I teach people the right way to do real estate, and that is by becoming the bank. All right, we buy investment properties by taking over the existing mortgage. We don't have to qualify for that mortgage. We don't have to fill out credit applications, show W 2s, proof of income, any of that stuff that the traditional way of real estate investing would have you think that you need to do. All right. But tonight, I'm going to talk to you guys, man, about something that most people would think I'm crazy for even talking about, really. But I need you guys to know, not want you guys, I need you guys to know that real estate can make you poor. All right. Real estate can make you poor. And I know it sounds crazy because everybody talks about how real estate is the best way to build wealth, but real estate can also make you poor. And I have experienced it firsthand, and I've helped people in situations where real estate was the cause of their economic hardships, them being destitute. All right. So I want to thank you guys though for joining me on this live. All right. So go ahead, hit that like button. And if you feel like I provided you a little bit of value, I want you to consider subscribing to my channel. And, you can just be a player about it and hit that subscribe button. All right. But thanks for joining me. Be right back.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. Hustle to the end. We some no quitters. Knock it out the park. We for show hitters. Right, left hemisphere. That's a dome splitter. Yeah. We control our own destiny. Make moves. Cultivate whole legacy. Creative finance. Bring more ecstasy. The right ingredients. Now that's a dope recipe.
All right, guys, back in the building. So I want to thank you guys for joining me tonight. All right. I don't have that long tonight because Wednesday nights, that's our inner circle group coaching night. All right. And we got a lot to talk about in the inner circle, man. We are going super hard. Got an appointment this Saturday. All right. This is just a little update, guys. Right. Got an appointment this Saturday with a seller in Denver, Colorado that owns $1 million house. $1 million. Well, really, it's 1,030,000 to be exact. Get you guys some light in here, man. And then there was light. So it's really 1,030,000. We've got an appointment this Saturday. My acquisitions manager. Then I just talked to my seller from Denver, Colorado. Both these houses are in Denver, where we will be wholesaling a transaction and we'll be making about a $50,000 assignment. Now, this is the thing. Not only do I have an inner circle and I mentor students and I teach them to become the bank, but I'm also a student, guys. Listen, if you've got a mentor that doesn't have a mentor, run the opposite direction as fast as you possibly can. All right. Because we are all lifelong students and your mentor needs to have a mentor. So, some people think that my mentorship is kind of expensive. All right. But the mentorship that I paid for, dude, mine doesn't even compare, man, what the price is. So, hey, okay, Nick, what's good? Lavanya, what's up? Hey, Lavanya, and Nick, just because you're a diehard viewer, man, you're getting this soak of this knowledge up. And then Lavanya, I see that you purchased the courses with the Labor Day sale for 50% off. So we will be sending you guys the invitation for the Becoming the Bank classroom tomorrow. Okay. That thing is, woo, hey, you're going to love that. So as long as you got a Gmail account, you'll be able to get in there. But, I've got a mentor, man. My mentors are the top of the game, man. Top of the game. Lou Brown is one of them. He's the inventor of using subject to, man. He invented the memorandum of contract and a number of other documents that we use in real estate nationwide. Anyway, the wholesale deal, it has a reverse mortgage on it, which is why we will be wholesaling it. Because from my knowledge, right, a reverse mortgage, you can't take that over subject to, because those have to be paid off either 3 to 6 months after the seller, the old owner, moves out of there. Okay, and they check those deeds. So, but I'm going to be talking to Lou Brown and a couple of his top people later this week to see if there's a way that we can take that over subject to, because that property, it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom condo in downtown Denver, Colorado. All right. Now I'm just giving you guys this update because I want you guys to know the power of becoming the bank with real estate investing. You don't have to jump through the typical traditional hoops, man, of filling out credit applications, appraisals, inspections, all of that stuff. Now, we want to do an inspection, right, for our own due diligence, of course. But is it mandatory? No. All right. An appraisal, when you buy a house, right, and you have a mortgage, and say you're pre-approved for a mortgage, right? So you're out house shopping, and you're approved for 400,000. So you go and you find a house, and they're selling that house for 375,000. So it looks like you got about $25,000 in room to spare, right? So you're like, yes, I love it. This is our dream home. Great. So you put in your offer. Your offer gets accepted. Now you've got to go through the underwriting process, okay? And that's with the bank doing their due diligence. It's just called underwriting, okay? Where you do your inspection, you do your appraisal, and all that other stuff that you got to go through, all those other hoops that you have to jump through, right? Well, once you do that appraisal, if that appraised value comes in lower than the 375,000, say the appraiser comes out there and says the house is appraised at 350,000. Guess what that pre-approved mortgage lender is going to say to you? Even though you've been approved for 400,000 already, they're going to come back and they're going to say, well, you know what? This house is only valued at 350,000. So that's all we'll loan you. You agreed to pay 375 for the house. That's what they're selling it for. They accepted your contract and everything, but we're only going to give you 350,000 for this house. And you're like, well, wait, I got accepted for 400,000. My credit's good. What's up, man? This is our dream home. We want it. Doesn't work like that. This is the way where you play the game the right way, okay? But there are some things with real estate that if you don't know what you're doing, you can be tricked into pretty much losing everything. All right. And I talk to people all the time, guys, all the time, that just it's kind of, it really is like a sad story, man. It's a sad story. Did you guys know, first off, all right, the word mortgage, do you guys know what the word mortgage derived from? The word mortgage derived from a Latin term meaning death. Death. So when you get a mortgage, you're signing a contract, and it means until death. A mortgage is a 30-year note. Okay. So this is why real estate can make you poor if you are not educated on it the way that you need to be. Okay. And I'm going to share my screen with you right now, because there's a lot of stuff going on that a lot of people are not aware of. And the first thing that, Nick says, yep, death pledge. That's exactly what it means, dude. A death pledge. You're like, yeah, I got a mortgage. Woo. No, you got a death pledge. Yee. Like, man, hey, I'm not preaching from a soapbox, guys. Never would do that to you. Never. Guess who has a mortgage? Me and my family. We got a mortgage. We got a death pledge. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't educated on it. I didn't know. Okay. Just like most people don't know. So if you don't know, hey, charge it to the game, right? Cool. Is simply ignorance. All right. Which is fine. But the fact of the matter is this: if you do know, well, you need to do better then. If you do know, then you need to do better. And that's just it. You know what I mean? So now that you guys are watching this, you guys are watching me, and you're learning this stuff, well, it's time for you to do better, because you have that opportunity. All right. So, man, I'm looking for these pictures. Oh, there they are. First, I want to talk about this. All right. One second here. Let me pull this stuff up. I was running a little behind, man. That was my uncle's funeral today, and no need for condolences or to feel bad and all that stuff. He's 81, lived a great life, man. You know, got to hunt, got to fish, got to do all that stuff. So he was good to go. Okay, but I do appreciate your guys' thoughts. Um, so let me share my screen with you here. First off, there's this. All right. Now, this is the increase in the foreclosure rate. All right. So this is why real estate can make you poor. All right. First off, the foreclosure rate is up a ton right now. The foreclosure rate is up a ton. It's up 150% according to some studies. Now, this is from Market Watch, that the foreclosure rate is up 150%. 150%. Now, that's not a little percentage, man. I wish, hey, listen, if my bank account went up 150% tonight and I woke up tomorrow with 150% more money, I'd be stoked, dude. I might go buy a private island, man. A small one, but private nonetheless, right? But foreclosures are up 150%. That means, guys, that there is 150% more likelihood that if you have a mortgage right now, you could be foreclosed on. In the event, guys, that listen, most Americans, man, this is sad. This is really, I don't even like talking about this, but we need to know this because most Americans cannot afford a $500 unexpected expense. The net worth of a lot of Americans is negative. Our net worth is negative, guys. You know, and the problem is this, guys. One, we already talked about, you know, a mortgage means a death pledge, right? So there's that. But let me share my screen again. See, this is what irks me right now. All right, because some of you may have heard about this. All right, Bank of America's new home loan program lets borrowers buy homes in select cities with 0% down. Let me tell you where the trick is in that. All right. Do not, because see, people think that the American dream is home ownership. That has been pounded into our heads, man. Pounded into our heads. Oh, home ownership, own a home, buy a home. That's the American dream. That's the person's number one asset is their home. That's what most people's best asset is their home, and yada yada yada. I mean, it's bullcrap. It's straight up BS. All right. Because it's a trick, guys. First off, there's this. All right. Listen to me. Follow me on this. All right. Now, I'm an investor. So, and it's changed my life. All right. So, I'm not saying real estate investing can make you poor, although it can if you don't do it right. It can mess you up. But what I'm saying is that falling into the trap of thinking you know or going based off of surface level information will put you in a precarious situation at best when it comes to a home, because a home is a huge purchase. Did you guys know that when you get a 30-year mortgage on a house, the agreed upon sales price that you agreed to pay with that mortgage, if you pay that mortgage every month on time for 30 years, you end up paying 1.7 times more than that agreed upon sales price because of the interest and it being front end heavy with the interest. 1.7 times. So that's almost 2 times more than what you agreed on because you got this loan from this debt that was made up out of thin air. So there's that. All right. Then equity. I want you guys to know real quick, and then I'll dive into this Bank of America situation because they're playing us. They are playing us. But equity, guys, equity, equity is a fallacy. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll take equity if it's, you know, sitting in front of me. I'm not going to turn down. I don't turn down nothing but my collar. All right. You know, you're going to learn to know. You're going to learn that about me. I'm not turning down nothing but my collar. But there's different things that I chase and that I go after. Okay. Equity is not necessarily one of those things, because equity, guys, is a fallacy. The GoGetter family, and becoming the bank, we are chasing cash flow. We want cash flow, monthly cash flow coming in like clockwork. Boom, boom, boom. So that way that frees us up because we know that money's coming in. So now we can use our time to go generate more income because this income is coming in. It's not equity. You can't eat equity. Okay. And this is the thing. This is the thing with equity. This is what kills me, man. Is people talk about equity, 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 right? But the thing about equity is this: in order to use that equity, in order to pull that equity out, you've got to do one of two things. You've got to go back into debt on that equity, right? So you can get a home equity loan, home equity line of credit, right? And there's a difference between those two things as well. Home equity line of credit is much, much better than a home equity loan. Understand that. Second, second, equity. You pull that out and now you're in debt again on that supposed equity that you earned. You paid that down. You paid that already. That's how you got equity, right? But so if you don't go into debt, well, then to use that equity, to capitalize on that equity, you have to sell that asset off. So you no longer own that asset anymore. Equity is a fallacy, guys. It's a joke. Cash flow is where it's at. All right. Now, and guys, I see I got a couple new viewers on here. So don't forget to hit that like button. All right. And if you're new to my channel, I want you to consider subscribing. All right. If you feel like I provided you some value. Now, Bank of America's new home loan program lets borrowers buy homes in select cities with 0% down. So this has been publicized as a new program for minorities to get more minorities some home ownership, right? Well, first off, that's illegal. So, and I'm not saying that Bank of America is breaking the law because they're not, all right? But it's being pushed out there, and what they are saying that way, if they're saying it that way, if it was actually being implemented that way, that is illegal. You cannot target a specific ethnicity or race and just give them credit or not give them credit. You can't do that. It's illegal. Okay. But what you can do is you can target specific zip codes. And that's what they're doing. They are targeting specific zip codes. But let me tell you something. It's a trap. It is a trap to make you poor or to make you poorer. I mean, poor. A lot of us are already poor. This is to make you poorer. And I'm about to show you some more statistics on a bar graph here. But this is a trap, a trick to make you poorer. Man, they get to me, man. They work my nerves. So, okay, first off, if you pay zero down on a mortgage, first thing that's going to happen is this. All right. Your interest rate usually is going to be higher. All right. Now, I'm not saying that's what they're doing because I don't know for certain, but usually that's how it goes. That's a rule of thumb. But second, if you pay zero down, your mortgage payment is going to be extraordinarily higher. It's going to be higher. But the thing about this whack program is this. They have certain restrictions. One, you cannot make more than the median income for that zip code. You can't make more than that. All right. So there was a study done in Compton, California, because that's one of the zip codes. Compton, California, the cheapest house in Compton, the cheapest, which is pretty much the size of a hotel room in Las Vegas. It's like 514 square feet. They looked it up on Zillow, man. I don't remember the address, but whatever. 514 square feet. It's like 300 and some $1,000, which is insanity. But you can't buy this house. You can't buy that house because the median income is what was it, like 48,000? You wouldn't be able, your debt to income ratio wouldn't the bank would not approve you for a mortgage based off of what that mortgage payment would be versus your monthly income that you receive. So if you do get into one of these loans, it is just a faster way for them to foreclose on you. And this is how they will foreclose on you. I'm going to show you right now because the statistics show. These are statistics that show, and statistics, I mean, they can be manipulated and things like that. But okay, let me make this bigger. Oops. All right. So This is from 2007 through 2009, and we all know what happened then, right? The real estate crash. But these are completed foreclosures per 10,000 loans on loans made in 2005 through 2008 to owner occupants. All right. That, guys, those same loans that they made from 2005 through 2008, those are the same loans that I just described with Bank of America. It's a trick. Now, if you are African American, out of every 10,000 African Americans, 790 of us will have a completed foreclosure based off of these statistics. If you are a Latino, 769 out of 10,000 will have a foreclosure. Do you know what percentage that is? I mean, that's kind of a big percentage, all right? Because 1,000 out of 10,000 is 10%. So this 790, 7.9%. 769 is 7.69%. Non-Hispanic whites, they have a 452 out of every 10,000, which, I mean, that's still 4.5%. That's lower than everyone else, but still, it's still not a good number. All right. So this is a trick, man, the freaking farce that they are trying to do to get us to relinquish our properties so that they can get these properties back. They can create this debt out of thin air, man. It's just too much. And the problem lies in this. 42.3% of homeowners have lived in their homes for less than 10 years. You're going to live in your home for less than 10 years. Just the bottom line. Those are the statistics, man. Life is it's like sedentary, man, right? Things settle, but there's that water moving over that moves things, right? So we're always changing. It is forever changing. Life is changing, and that's kind of one of the things that we count on. Now, this is the thing too. Only 8.6% of homeowners have lived in their home for 40 years or more. 8.6% of homeowners, all right, have owned that home for 40 years or more. So with 42.3% being at less than 10 years, and then the average length of home ownership, all right, follow me, guys. I know I'm throwing out a lot of numbers here, but the average length of home ownership is 13.2 years. Guys, the average mortgage is 30 years. It ain't adding up. It don't add up. It don't add up. If the average mortgage is 30 years, and which they have 20-year mortgages, they have 25-year mortgages, they have 15-year mortgages. Okay, cool. They do. But if the average is the average time, the average length that you own your home is 13.2 years, but the average mortgage is a 30-year mortgage, it ain't adding up. It just doesn't add up, guys. So I want you guys to be careful, all right, with jumping into home ownership, because they are making these loans. See, it's just, guys, the games that are being played. I can't get into it like I want to, because it is a sophisticated web. And I don't want to leave my viewers, like deers in headlights. All right. So, but we'll get there, guys. We will get there together. My thing is this. I want you guys to have a fair shot. So I just told you guys at the beginning here, hey, I was a little late and I was busy today. My apologies. I was at my uncle's funeral, right? Which he lived a long life. He was 81 years old, man, got to retire, went fishing, hunting, all that stuff. So it's great. Not a sad day, happy day, right? Celebration. But I'm there. And thing is this. And I see Joshua Pito is on here, and I talked to him. He's one of my inner circle members, and I talked to him, and I was kind of telling him, like, my sisters, I had to cut those strings, man. I had to cut them. Listen, anybody that is not pouring into me, that is not bringing something to the table, that is not encouraging me, that is not enhancing my life, you gotta go. You gotta go. I'm tired. It's over. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm 42 years old, guys, and I just became successful like this, a little bit over a year and a half ago. So I went 40 years, man. Like, come on, dude. And it shouldn't have took that long, right? But I had to cut that energy off. So I told you guys that to say this. I'm at this funeral today. I'm at my uncle's funeral. So I'm seeing a lot of family that I hadn't seen in a long time, right? Well, now they know who I am, right? They know this new person. They know this new person, right? I'm successful now, right? I own 8 houses. I help people around the country to buy houses, So, but I'm meeting some other people, right? Some husbands, some boyfriends, girlfriends, things like that. And a lot of people have interest in real estate. So I'm telling them what I do. And then they can see it too, right? On YouTube, on TikTok, all that stuff. So I'm telling them, I'm like, real estate, it has changed my life. It has changed my entire life. Every aspect of my life, every aspect, man. Every single aspect, every single aspect. But when I first started, it made my life worse. That's the thing. And we all must understand this, right? When you're about to level up and you make a change and you're going for something different, your life, it will get worse. And the thing about real estate was with me was I didn't know these strategies. I didn't know subject to, I didn't know about it. I didn't know about creative financing, any of that stuff. Okay. So I got into real estate doing the traditional fix and flips, and it was bad. I did 3 flips in 3 years. So I made below minimum wage. All right. Then the whole point of getting into real estate was to make more money, to support my family. And then it was also to get my time back so that I could spend more time with my family. But it had the opposite effect, okay? Because I'm chasing down deals that didn't materialize because I couldn't get the financing to buy the deals. So that was making me spend more time away from my family, and it was all for nothing. Then I'm also chasing down these deals that didn't materialize, and I was spending money that I really didn't have. I'm spending money that I really didn't have because I mean gas, even the gas, man, but marketing and just everything, dude. It all costs a little bit of money here and there, right? Excuse me, guys. I'm getting too excited. Passionate about this stuff because it has changed my life, but it didn't change my life until one, it got harder and I went down through that valley, man. I went down through that valley, but it was continuous learning, continuous focused learning. And then I discovered this. So I got to tell people today about, me discovering this strategy and doing an interview on my Now Mentors show, and people reaching out to me and him calling me a go-getter. And that's how the go-getter family started. And so real estate has changed my life. But the thing is one, we've got to do it the right way. Two, if we don't know how to do it, we have to educate ourselves. I mean, you just do, because you don't wake up. You can't take a limitless pill, right? I mean, if you could, that'd be cool, but you can't. So also, though, you have got to get some sort of mentor that has traveled the path and been down the path that you want to go down, and they're where you want to be, right? Or they've been where you want to be. You've got to. But most people, they will only try a thing once or twice, and when that thing doesn't work for them, they will give up. They'll give up and they'll say, "Oh, this isn't for me. I can't do this." And well, you haven't put in the work. You've tried it once or twice and you said it doesn't work for you. Now you quit. And then you go start something else. Well, that's not going to work for you the once or twice after one or two times of doing it either. It's just not. We have to put focused activity into learning something, whatever it is. And that focused activity, see, and notice, guys, notice if you're listening, I never said work harder, because we don't. We've got to do focused activity on things that are pushing the needle forward. Sitting down, watching Love and Hip Hop, that's not pushing the needle forward. Sitting down, playing Madden, that's not pushing the needle forward. So we will stay in that stagnant hamster wheel. And then when we do go out and try it, because we haven't put a lot of focused intention into it, or I mean, focused activity into it, when it doesn't work, we give up. We give up. And I don't want to see you guys do that. All right. This is why I'm so passionate about this, man. So guys, don't let real estate make you poor. Let real estate make your life grand. like mine has become. Let real estate change every aspect of your life in a positive direction. Guys, now guys, listen to me now. I always say this too. Hey, become the bank, right? We teach people to become the bank. I become the bank. I buy houses with no credit checks and little or no money out of my own pocket. But credit is important. Credit's important. Because it gives you the ability for OPM, to use OPM, other people's money, right? So today, because I practice what I preach, man. I don't preach from a soapbox. I actually do the things that I talk about to you guys. A lot of people out here, YouTube, social media, they don't. But whatever, that's them. I don't care. I do me, they do them. But just today, guys, because my credit was not good when I first started this, right? So I had to build it up, man. Like, get my money right. And, dude, I still remember when I got a $300 Capital One credit card, man. That was the most they give me. Then when they bumped me up to 500, I was like, yes. And when it wasn't that long ago. But just today, I consolidated all my credit card debt, boom, and got it on a lower interest rate to pay it off, boom. So now all of those credit cards, they have zero balances. Do you think I'm going to close those cards out? No. I'm actually going to get a credit limit increase on those cards because I have a better credit score now because that debt is paid off. It's all on one, right? So that's a new line of credit pretty much, which makes my credit limit usage lower. So I'm going to get higher limits and I'm going to open up some new credit cards because good credit, guys, is absolutely essential to us being successful. I have been funding my business out of my own pocket for a while now. And had I not been a freaking go-getter and made some moves, I wouldn't have made it this far. Credit is essential. So work on all of it. Work on all of it. Now, I'm not saying use credit to go buy a house. No, use credit to build your business. Build your business. All right. So Austin Eiler said that I get my Insta back. I just seen that. Nah, dude, it's connected to my Facebook, man. So because my Facebook is down. So that's originally what went down, Austin. So my Instagram, man, when I had like 7,000, I was almost up to 7,000 followers. It's down, dude. It's over with. Like that thing's dead. I do have another Facebook. So just look up Gene R. Boykin Jr. and request me. So I'm back in my Facebook group. So I can run that because I got lucky. I had some other admins that made my new account an admin. But I will be starting another Instagram, guys. But I got to start from scratch. But it's whatever. My TikTok's still up. But yeah, so if you guys have messaged me or DM'd me on Facebook and I didn't get back to you, I'm not ignoring you. I just don't even have it, dude. I got this new one where I got like 6 friends. It's whack. So Austin's from my city too. Yes, education and research are very important. Very important. Research a thing. And we have access to a lot of information out here nowadays. Nick, you know that, right? Because you're doing it. So I applaud you. We've got to research things, man. And we've got to see, again, to be confident that we are competent. Because, guys, if you sit back and think about it, just think about this. With anything that you have done in life, you were confident that you were competent in that thing. Even when you learned how to ride a bike, think about it. When you were learning how to ride a bike, you got on that thing and you're all wobbly. You're like, oh my God, no, and you were scared because you didn't know how. So you weren't competent. Therefore, your confidence in your competency was severely low. So you're like, man, I can't do it. Oh my God, Dad, help me. Mom, help me. I'm falling out, right? But then you had that continual learning. Mom's holding the handlebars with you, running with you, or dad's holding one and then holding the back of the seat, running with you, and you're paddling and you're starting to get the balance, right? Because you're doing this continued learning, continued focused activity. Because you don't go swimming to learn how to ride a bike. You don't go swimming to learn how to ride a bike. So focused activity, you're practicing, you fall, you bump your head. Dude, I remember I was like 6 or 7. I can't remember how old I was. Dude, I had a freaking lump on my head so big, dude. I fell and hit the curb. Oh my goodness. I ran into my grandma's house crying, screaming, my big old egg on my head. Oh my goodness. It was bad, but I got better at it. So I was confident in my competence that I could do it. Anything that we do it better when we are confident that we are competent in that thing. All right. But you only gain that confidence by continued learning. And then you only gain that competence by focused activity. So when you have that, you're able to go out and do that thing because you have failed, right? And you learned how not to do something. So now you know how not to do that. And when moving forward, you're not going to do it that way because we know that that doesn't work. So we're going to try it this way. And we continue to push forward. But with everything that goes on around us, man, the naysayers, the discouragers, man, my own sister, dude, I seen my sisters today. Didn't even talk. I ain't talked to them. I was like, I didn't want to because I got to protect my energy, right? But with all the discouragement around us, man, the naysayers and dude, there's a lot. It's a lot. So you've got to be around a group of like-minded people to protect your energy and to enhance that energy because energy is everything, man. Everything. So do whatever it takes, whether that is investing in yourself and in your education or bringing some sort of value so that you will get that education and get to be around that group or those people in return for the value that you have brought. That, guys, that is what will make you better. That is what will make you better. And I'm building something for you guys right now, man. My challenge, it should be ready by the end of next week. We should be ready to go. That thing's gonna be super hard too. Woo, that thing's gonna be so tight. Dude, I'm laying out the game for you guys. Oh my god, dude. That thing is gonna oh, I can't wait. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nick Bravo says, yeah, everything is working on a person at some point to some degree. People don't realize how much control they have over their mental and emotional state via environment. Yeah, that's true, dude. That is very true. Saeed, Silver Springs, Maryland. What's good, homie? The heat is always here. Hey, I appreciate it, big dog. I do. Michael Tenner, go get what's up, big dog? Where you from, Michael? That name looks familiar, man. I'm pretty good with remembering, dude. There's good debt, bad debt. Very true. Lavanya, I understand fully. I'm in the middle of a fix and flip. After seeing your social media campaign, all my money stopped going into the property. Ah, Lavanya. Okay. So you're in the middle of a fix and flip. Okay, so Lavanya, this is a tenuous situation because I don't know how you're financing that fix and flip. Okay, so it'll be hard for me to advise you without more information. But depending on how you're financing that fix and flip, all right, our exit strategy can either build you wealth or it can make you just, it can make you some money, right? So, boy, I sure would love to talk to you about that, man, because I want to see you do great. But hey, whatever it is, you're out there taking action. All right. And then you just got my courses. So with those 3 courses combined that you got, the information that you will have, Lavanya, with where you have placed yourself already before you met me, you are going to be so far ahead of the curve. You are going to be so far ahead of the curve and just understand. And I think you probably know this intrinsically that it will get harder before it gets better. But that means that you're on your way. So, hey, hats off to you, Lavanya. Hats off. Michael Tenner says he is from New Orleans. All right, all right. Hey, that's what's up, man. So, guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. I got some work I need to get done before we have our inner circle group coaching tonight. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. All right. And again, don't let real estate make you poor. Let real estate make you wealthy beyond what you could have even imagined. Guys, I'm telling you guys, man, dude, my life, man, it is not what it was 2 years ago. Like, it's great, dude. It's unimaginably great. And money is never an issue, man. Like, I love it. I love it. But I put in the work and I went down in the valleys, man. I went down there and I took it. I took those risks. I took those calculated risks. I bet on myself. I put in the work. I had the late nights, man. Early mornings, dude. 20 hours straight of straight work, man, not getting to see my family all day, all night because I was getting it in, man, working to make these moves. But it is absolutely worth it. Just make sure, okay? Just make sure that you're around the right, type of people. And if I could say anything, I would say this. God, having faith, man, having faith, but also, feeding your soul. We feed our soul with knowledge and with information, man. And I love the book of Proverbs. I love Ecclesiastes. That's Solomon's book that he wrote, right? Because it's just knowledge, dude. It tells you how to live your life. It even gives you tips in business. It gives you tips in business, man. I can open up my bookmark right here, man, right here. And I'm not trying to get religious on you guys because I'm not religious. I don't even go to church, dude. I don't got a church, man. They ain't about to trick me. But I am spiritual, very. Whoever disregards discipline comes to poverty and shame, but whoever heeds correction is honored. Man. Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. Guys, it's there for you. All right. It's there for you because we've got to become the person that we want to be inside first. And then we will get those outer results. All right. Now, I know I went in tonight, man. I get to preaching, you know what I mean? And I love, talking to you guys. I love giving you guys game. Hey, Lavanya, it's all good, Lavanya. Joanna Lira. Hey, how you doing, Joanna? I recognize your name. Thank you for coming on. California? And I go in, guys, I get deep sometimes, man. But all I know how to do is keep it real. That's all I know how to do, man. It gets me in trouble sometimes, and then sometimes it doesn't, man. But that's all I know how to do. I'm always going to be me. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to sit up here and mislead. I'm not going to lie to you. And then I'm not going to lie to you in a good way either. Like, oh, hey, it'll be okay. Oh, yeah, you did great. No, I'm going to be honest with you. Honesty is what will get you to where you need to be. But can you handle the truth? Because if you can't handle the truth, you'll never get better. If you can't handle the truth, you will never get better. I want you guys to get better. I want you guys to be better. I want you guys to have the things that you want to have, that you desire. We were given this desire by God for a reason. All right. So I got to get up out of here, guys. Hey, Nick, I appreciate you, man. You always coming on. So, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. My guy, Pablo, hey, my head of student success, man, and my transaction coordinator. So, guys, I appreciate you guys popping in. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you feel like I brought you some value, consider subscribing to my channel. All right. So, I'm going to get up out of here. Till next time, let's get to it, y'all.
I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. They some go-getters. We some go-getters. Hope you a go-getter. Let's get it. I'm a go-getter. Hustle to the end. We some no quitters. Knock it out the park. We for show hitters.